Yeah. So I got a handful of questions for you. I'm sure they got, and by the way, it is open seating. So why don't everybody come on down, get a little closer. The closer you get, the better it is. So come on down. What I would, some general questions. First off, like the movie and the series, you guys said? Oh wait, you're settled in. Can I do that? We good?
I'm gonna video it. All right, I got a fun idea really quick before we start.
Whatever you want.
I'm gonna send this to Sean William Scott. So what I want you all to say on the count of 3 is, Sean, you suck. All right, so on the count of 3, you're gonna say, Sean, you suck. 1, 2, 3.
Sean, you suck!
Damn. Wow. I guess that's the way to start it.
Not really.
Awesome. So I got to ask you guys real quick, why do you think this film has become such a legend? It's such a lasting film, and people, multi-generations, still get a kick out of it. What about the film you think gives it such a staying power?
Because we take ourselves so seriously.
Do we?
That was it. That was
it?
My
What
answer.
do you think?
That's it.
That's the answer.
I think it's because in the movie there's so much in today's day of bullying. And this was one movie that you didn't bully in. It was like true innocence on the movie. That they were scared to have sex. They were scared to do this. They were friends. So it made people love it even more and accept it. And it was truly absolutely funny.
Yeah. Nice. Any other things to add to that?
I mean, how do you follow that up?
All right.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful.
Big.
Tara Reid, everybody. Tara Reid.
What was the premiere of the movie like? Was there anything crazy about the premiere of the film?
The craziness that I remember was all the people that showed up. Like, everybody was there. Do you guys remember, like, some of the people that were there?
They were like real celebrities.
Yes, they were real celebrities came to our premiere. Well,
Very exciting.
obviously, you know, my brother was played by Casey Affleck, so he was there with his brother Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. So, I mean, like, that was pretty incredible. So, yeah, just all the attendees. It was a star-studded event, as they say.
What was your first thoughts when you first saw the script? It was
also really quick, I wore the most horrible shirt to the premiere. If you see the pictures, I'm wearing the world's worst 90s shirt. You ever seen those shirts where it like looks like it's like a mirage? If you Google it, you'll see this shirt. It's the worst wardrobe choice I've ever made in my career, and I can't ever forget it now.
You can't beat yourself up, though, man. It was the 90s.
We all dressed horrible. That's before we had stylists and stuff these days, so, you know, they dress us good. But we didn't know to get, like, dressed up nicely. So we were all probably the worst dressed cast you've ever seen in your life.
Chris is like, not me included. I was wearing something nice. Were you wearing something nice?
I'm just sitting here wondering how you guys remember what you were wearing.
Because
I
it's
don't
on
remember it at all.
Because it's on the internet, Chris. It's on the internet.
Where did it even take place?
Universal. It was at It was at the City Walk. Well, at City Walk Amphitheater there, where there used to be and we had the after party at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is now like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory or something. Has anyone ever been to Universal City Walk in Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know the City Walk, like right at the end where the, what theater is AMC.
Mm-hmm. So before the premiere, have you guys seen a finished print of the film, or was it fresh for you to watch with the audience at the premiere? Did you guys see it finished before?
Do you want to tell where we saw the film the first time? You guys weren't there, but Chris, you were there?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
You were in this film, right?
So we all go to my house with the whole cast and with the directors, and I have this huge couch, and we were all just sleeping not sleeping during the movie, but pushed on the couch, and we watched the whole thing with the directors and everyone. Then we went to a Mexican restaurant, drank a lot of tequila, and we had a really great time there.
But this was the bootleg VHS. So it got leaked, and it was basically traveling around, at least in LA.
Oh, wow.
And this is why we have the unrated version. So this was the version that, like, you know, that you see now with, you know, Jim on the countertop versus the one in the theaters was him standing up, or my character says, "Hey Stifler, how's the pale ale?" They wanted to give us an NC-17 rating because Kevin said man chowder instead of pale ale, and they were like, "That's not acceptable. That's an NC-17." So there was this bootleg VHS that pretty much looked like, in the beginning of the movie when Jim is watching the illegal channel. That's how this bootleg tape looked that we watched at Tara's place.
That's awesome.
Were you there, Chris?
I never get invited to anything fun. Steel City Con not included.
There you go. So we'll get to
No,
some.
I was not there on Tara's couch watching an awesome NC-17 rated bootleg version of the original American Pie.
I told you he wasn't
Were
there.
you there, CO?
I was not. No Chris's allowed at said viewing.
Tara Reid's couch was a Chris-free zone, apparently.
So what was the audition process like for this?
I mean, a normal audition process, although the first time that I got the script, and when it was the original title, you guys know the original title
No,
that it was on the title page of the script, it said, "Untitled teen sex comedy that you can make for under $10 million that most readers will hate, but I think you'll love." And the first scene was not Jim and the illegal channel, it was Kevin and Vicky was instructing Kevin on which way to move his fingers. I'll let you put the rest of the scene in your mind together. Imaginations run wild.
Close our eyes. Scene in our mind.
And so then I was like, what the hell is this? I threw the script out. I called my agent. I said, "Why are you sending me porn?" And they offered it to Andrew Keegan, but he was doing 10 Things I Hate About You, so he couldn't do the role. And then they came back a few weeks later. I read the whole script, realized that there was more to it. There was some heart in there. There was some well-rounded characters, and then normal audition process.
Exactly. Oh, okay.
Reading for the directors and yeah, and then this amazing cast assembled. What was the regular audition process for you guys?
They reached out to me for the Shermanator character. And I had done a bunch of I was lucky to do a bunch of the teen sex comedies. It was that kind of reemergence of it in the 90s. And I got to be a part of a bunch of them, which was really cool. And then I went off and I did this movie called October Sky that was like, thank you. That's the person who saw it. I'll see you at the next con. And I was like, I'm a grown-up actor now. It's those teen years are behind me, and they talked me into going in and auditioning, and I had no idea what I was doing with this character. I didn't understand anything of what was happening in the script, but they were really great guys, and I was like, they offered me the role, and I was like, all right, it's just going to be another teen sex comedy. Why not? I'll just do one last one. There's no way I'm going to be talking about it 25 years later. I'm not going to be called the Shermanator for my entire life. That's not. It's just another film. And hi, here we are.
I'm not going to beat that.
You sure?
I'm not going to beat that. I was pretty new in town in 1996. Was that when we all auditioned for this?
No, it would have been 98.
1998. I was brand new in town in 1998, and I had just enough money to go to. I had just gotten an agent, and I had just enough money for 2 weeks to be in Los Angeles and hopefully book a job. And this one was it.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool, and I got to meet all these wonderful people. And now, what did you say? 25 years?
Yeah, it's 25 years since the
Wow.
film was released.
Yeah.
So 26 years from when we auditioned for it and
26
filmed it.
years later, here we are. Here we are. and we all still have the image of Tara instructing Thomas in our minds.
Before we get to the audience questions, I just have one more for you guys. What was the atmosphere like on the set? A movie like this, it had to be kind of crazy. The atmosphere like during filming or after filming?
I wouldn't say it was crazy. It's all, it was a group of professionals. We were having a good time, trying to keep a straight face, trying not to crack up. Chris, do you remember ad-libbing at dog years? We tried to get that line in about Ted Nugent. That
Yes.
did not make the cut.
What I remember most about those scenes at the restaurant was the hot dog eating contest that I'm still trying to recover from. Me and Tommy got into a pretty competitive hot dog eating contest that day. I think you won. If I remember correctly, you won.
I have
Just-
an
I feel
amazing
like it
ability to eat a lot of hot dogs.
I feel like it was just out of sheer absolute determination that Tommy Nix just could handle some hot dogs. Do what you want with that information.
Now you're bringing up a whole nother thing. Do you remember the post-film dinner at Arnie Morton's Steakhouse? You, Chris Weitz, one of the directors, and I had a gentleman's bet to who could eat the largest steak, the 64-ounce steak at Arnie Morton's, and the baked potatoes and the broccoli. And then we got there to the restaurant. I was the only idiot who ordered it. These guys bowed out quietly.
You can sucker Tommy into just about anything. Let me tell you.
I still ate the whole thing though.
You
All
did.
64
It
ounces.
was incredibly impressive.
And the baked potato and the broccoli.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow. All right, you guys got some questions.
He's like, all right.
He's like-
that
was my-
segue into the dead zone.
You can.
It's called a segue.
No, take mine. We're gonna get your questions. You can use my mic.
All right, audience questions. Opening it up to you all wonderful people that are here.
I want to know when they're bringing the trapeze into the circus.
What was your favorite scene in American Pie?
All of us or someone specific?
All of you.
All of us to film or to watch?
To watch.
To watch. I love watching everyone semi-break character right before they cut away from it. You can see it all throughout the film, especially, and since he's not here, and he would give it up himself. Eddie K. Thomas has the most, the king of all. Like they cut away just as like the corner of his mouth starts to crack, like even when he's like in the bathroom and he lets out that last little fart. You can see he's like, his lip quivers and he's about to start laughing and they cut away. Final answer.
That's fantastic.
That's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
No, I really like the plot twist when Finch comes in and sees Stifler's mom for the first time. That cracks me up every single time.
The jazz music that's playing in the background, in case you didn't know.
No, we got it. That
Okay,
was
good.
wonderful.
Yeah.
You brought it to life.
You really did.
I'm pretty sure I was in key as well.
My question to you guys would be, would you guys come back for another sequel?
Yes. Is that real? Do you think we would not? We're all here at the Comic-Con. You have to ask that question to Sean.
Nice.
And you could have asked him if he was here. I can't wait till I send him that video.
Hi, my name is Marianne. Nice to meet you. What's your favorite quote from the movie?
Suck me beautiful.
I think one of the funniest scenes I did was Thomas, and we're kind of not having sex as yet, but he's going, on this side of me, and my father's coming to get us for dinner, and he's about to knock on the door, and I'm like, I'm coming. I think that was my favorite scene.
Well done.
Oh gosh, too many to count.
This is for Chris Owen. When you became the Shermanator, did you have to obsess with Edward Furlong? Did you feel like you had to?
That's very funny. I've met Eddie since doing it, but no, there was no. I'm lazy. I did not do my homework. I just showed up and smiled and said a bunch of lines in a very cocky way, and for some reason people liked it. So thank you.
Hi. If you were to call Sean or any other cast member who's not here, do you think they'd answer?
Who am I calling? Sean won't answer. Eddie might answer. I mean, you want me to call Biggs? Biggs is not going to answer. He won't answer. But he is on. They're both in the right time zone. Let's try it.
He didn't send you straight to voicemail, so there's
He's
at least that.
He's considering it. I should have FaceTimed him.
Your call has been forwarded.
I told you. I gave you the choice of Eddie. He would have answered, but you said Biggs. Next question.
Do all of you feel like the American Pie movies, all of them, have greatly, greatly influenced how young people conduct their personal lives and their sex lives and their intimate lives? Do you feel like they've greatly influenced that at all? In any way?
I don't necessarily think that. Do you guys think that? I don't think that. I think at the time that the film came out, much like everyone says, we'd be hard pressed to be able to pull off a sequel now. Like we couldn't get away with the same sort of content. If you don't remember, we had the same issue then. Yeah. We were pushing the envelope even back in 1999. So it's funny to me that people go, well, in today's day, well, even then we didn't have a right to do what we were doing. We were, again, pushing that envelope, taking it too far. But it's for the sake of of comedy, and that's what makes some of the best comedy. But I don't necessarily know that we influenced anyone's. I think what I've heard is that people were misinformed. They thought, wow, high school is going to be great. And then they got to high school, they go, shit, this is not what high school is like. It's not like the movie. So we probably misinformed people, but I don't necessarily know that we influenced them. I don't know. That's just my perspective on it, though.
You guys had the 4 official sequels, but then there was also the direct-to-DVD American Pie films. Did you guys see any of those, and what were your thoughts on that?
No.
We definitely didn't watch any of those movies, but we're like, why are they using our name, American Pie? These movies are so stupid. Like, they're ruining, the brand, and they didn't make any sense. And we wanted to still stay American Pie. So when they put 15 other movies out there, we're like, oh great, how are we gonna make American Pie 5 now? But hopefully we will be making it soon.
This is for everybody. I know you didn't have scenes with Eugene Levy, but did you have much of an opportunity to work with him or deal with him when you were off stage?
I think the interaction that we had with everyone, if we didn't have scenes with them, was during the press junkets and things when we would all kind of get to hang out. And Eugene is an awesome person. He, as Eddie said at our last panel, he takes comedy very seriously. But he was also ad-libbing so much. He brought so much to our film, and I think the relationship between his character and Jason's character was just amazing. And really, yeah, he's a phenomenal comedian, a great actor.
I do have a follow-up question in case my first request is not allowed for whatever reason. Bear with me. I'm a hula hoop performer. I would die to see you guys play with the hula hoops that I made. If that is not allowed, I have a question.
I just saw the look on everyone's face. We'll take the question, please. Truth.
Fair enough.
Truth, dare,
Fair
double
enough.
dare, promise or repeat. Truth.
Fair enough. What was the scene for everyone that you had to refilm the most? Whether you were like laughing too hard or you just couldn't get a handle on it, what was the scene that had to be refilmed the most?
I think it definitely was Jason banging the cake.
Yeah, I heard he kept requesting another take. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think what would have been from any of the movies or just the first one, or I don't know.
Definitely.
Whoever's the most.
Allison Hannigan, when she was like, and this one time at Band Cup, I stripped my up to boom. That one. That was really funny.
Yeah, this one's for Chris Klein. Can you remind us all what second base feels like?
You do it. That's my man.
Hey, this question is for Chris. Klein.
There's two of them.
Could you describe your experience on The Flash?
Well, let's keep it to American Pie, brother.
Okay, American Pie.
While all my homies are up here. But I had a great one. Okay.
Yeah, you definitely were pushing the envelope. It was the first like R-rated high school push the envelope since probably Porky's, to be honest, in 1982. I was in high school when it came out, American Pie, so I loved it. But did anyone think it was going to be as big as it was when it was filming and when it came out?
No, I mean, I think for myself, I was just happy to have a job. That's how I kind of always feel when I'm getting to do what I love. I mean, I've been acting now for 38 years. And so I never thought that we would make a bunch more movies. I knew it was successful when it hit $100 million in the box office. But then they kind of took a little bit of time before they even did the second one. And there was no sort of plan that we would, do 3 movies and then a 4th one. So yeah, it's all kind of astounding that we would now be sitting on what is a $1 billion franchise. If you add up all the box office and the DVD and maybe streaming's nothing now, but yeah, it's crazy. So I guess thank you all for watching.
You guys want to hear a crazy story about the reach that these movies have had? So I had a very unique opportunity to go into a jungle in Thailand. And we ended up in this really cool place where, it was kind of a shanty town in way outside of Bangkok, Thailand. And we were looking around and I looked back and there were 2 people that started to follow our group. And as I kept walking down the dirt path, more and more people started following us until the entire village circled our group. And nobody spoke English, but a woman came up to me with the DVD of American Pie, pointed to me on the cover, and then pointed at me in the flesh, and that's the type of reach. I mean, this is a place you'd never expect to even have a DVD player. and they had the DVD of this movie. So that's kind of the specialness and the scope of it that, like, you know, and of course none of us in this whole tent could imagine, you know, that kind of reach. So that's kind of the scope of it. So it's a pretty special deal.
I know, like, whenever me and my cousin were younger, we used to have to sneak to watch American Pie because we had to hide it from our parents that we were watching it. But were there ever times whenever, like, it first came out that you were kind of, like, nervous about your family seeing it and, like, you know?
I got to watch it with all of my family. Every single one wanted to see it with me.
Congratulations.
No. I'm not trying to sit, I have a wide body of work. I would have watched basically anything else.
Like October Skies?
Like October Skies. Thank you. Yes. But no, I got to watch that. And I'm in the movie, in the first movie, my total screen time is like 15 minutes. And so it's just a lot of awkward sitting and watching. And yeah, so thank you.
And then you peed your pants.
And then I peed my pants. And then I peed my pants. Funny story, one of the times that we shot that, so they have a whole rig. You can't just pee your pants in Hollywood, or at least they wouldn't let me. So there's a guy on the ground who's got a thing full of water, like a big plastic syringe, and then there's pants that have a tube that go all the way up and come back around. And when the time is right, they cue them, and the pee happens. And so one of the times, because he had to do a couple different shoots of it, so they have the different rigs, and the hose had dropped down to about my knee. I told them we got it. It's like, we're good. They wanted to go again. They wanted to go again.
Oh, that's a great way to end it. Ladies and gentlemen, American Pie panel.